Welcome to the Team Obama Spotlight. Today the spotlight shines on the Washington bureaucracy. Yes, these big DC buildings have a lot of people who are true professionals and not just fat cats, but there are also a lot of people there just siphoning your tax-paying dollars.
I have some personal experience with this in that I was in charge of a bureaucracy at the Department of Labor. I was there for 8 years, starting in 2001. One of my first days on the job, I went up to visit one of the departments in the agency, the reporting department that took in reports on an annual basis from unions. And the person in charge of that department told me that, he says, you know, between January and March are my busiest months. So a third of my staff quits showing up. And I said, well, why do you allow that? He says, well, there's nothing I can do about it. It takes 3 years to fire a federal employee. And I said, well, how long have you been here? He said, 10 years. And I said, well, you know, if you'd started 3 years ago, you'd be done by now. I got involved in it. It took a lot of time. We had these two employees who missed about a third of the work year. Not vacation, not sick time. They used all that up. They just wouldn't show, just didn't come in. And the union is there to protect them. People who are working hard don't need it. I did eventually separate these people from the federal service, the two of them. It didn't take me 3 years, it took me 2.
One of our elected officials is fighting bureaucracy.
There's a bill in Congress now that would extend the amount of time by double that a person would have to serve in the federal service before they got tenure or the civil service protection. You know, we all know stories about teachers that can't be fired, so on and so forth. It takes 3 to 5 years for a teacher to get tenure. A federal employee, in effect, gets tenure after 1 year. Congressman Dennis Ross of Florida has introduced a bill to double that to 2 years. It should be 5, but 2 years is a good start.
Now remember, a lot of government workers are there to work.
One of the things I learned that I wasn't surprised, but it is true. There are a lot of very dedicated people within the civil service who work as hard as they can, work long hours to fulfill the mission of the agency they work for.
Believe it or not, those who use the system for protection find out it's not a great deal after all.
It would be like if you got a job at McDonald's and you were there to flip hamburgers, and they told you the first day you came in here that this job will never pay more than it does right now, but you cannot be fired. So after 20 years of watching other people progress in life and you're still there flipping hamburgers because you have security and you can't be fired, you get bitter.